I am very impressed with this device because I tried some really hard cars to work with, like Touareg or my Alpha setup that not every scanner can scan, and definitely not every scanner can scan those systems reliably. So considering price of this tool, for about $130 you can have professional OBD2 scanner with free lifetime updates. It has a lot of service resets, 26 service resets. We tried couple of them, like this instrument calibration. It is bidirectional, so you can activate different components. I believe this is one of top-selling Bluetooth OBD2 scanners, and I totally understand why. This is enough basically for everything that basic mechanic does, like brakes, oils, some components replacement. Even if you need scan tool, you can do it with something cheap like this over your phone. So I can safely say that Xtool A30M is best OBD2 scanner overall, considering the price. I will show you on different cars what it can do, but if you want to buy it, link will be in description, and there on my website I will make some longer article and I will explain all of these features. So in description there will be link to my website as well. Now I am in my Golf and we will try Xtool A30M to see what it can do. Let's try auto scan. Here on this Golf it should work. Okay, it was able to detect my car. This is Golf 1K. We can try doing this CAN fast scan after 2005. This is, I think, 2005 or 2006. We can try, maybe it will work. Diagnosis. Oh, wait. Okay, so it is already scanned. Oh, that was fast. So this is good option, but this you will not have for every car. This is only in VAC OBD2 system. If you are looking for a new OBD2 scanner, but you don't know which one is the best, go on my website. I have tested literally about 200 different OBD2 scanners, and there you can find a list of best tools in every category possible. But it is amazing how we can get cars scanned in like 2 seconds. So we have fault in engine, we have fault in climate, and we have fault in gateway module and also in radio. Let's check report to see these codes. Can I see faults here? Okay, I cannot see fault, but at least I know which modules have some faults stored. But too bad I cannot just see them, but whatever. So we can go ahead and enter some module like climate and check that fault code. Read DTC. We have problem with some pressure sensor. Probably not sensor itself, but looks like circuit might be having some issues. Can we clear this? We can try clearing it. Read DTC one more time. Oh, it's still there. So this will be definitely problem with wiring, not sensor itself. We can try checking freeze frame data. Maybe there will be something. Read freeze frame. No. So this fault code doesn't come with freeze frame data. So what else we can do here? We can read ECU information. So this is info of my climate module. We can check live data. Like this fan blower status. Let's check how fast it can update. Okay, it is pretty fast. And then we can also do bidirectional test. Let's try doing this bidirectional sequence in climate module. First we have this self-test. Not sure what this does. Let's try next. Temperature flap motor. Okay, it is testing some flaps apparently. So even with not very important module like this climate module, we can still use bidirectional testing. Now let's try doing automatic scan to see how fast it can scan this Golf. Okay, right now we have full scan finished. It was about 2 minutes, so that CAN fast scan was definitely faster because it scanned everything in like 2 seconds. But still 2 minutes, pretty standard. Some scanners I had that were able to scan this faster, but most scanners did it in about 2 or 3 minutes. And from here we can check DTC report to see the remaining fault codes. No signal in radio. That can be old fault because I was replacing my radio. Incorrect immobilizer key, yeah, because I was playing with immobilizer adapters, so I don't have that many faults after all. Okay, good. We can save it. Now in all of these systems, of course, we could do some bidirectional testing and stuff like that, but I think I showed you that on different cars already. But every of these system will have some bidirectional tests. So same like in climate, we are testing some flaps and other tests. Every single module will give you different bidirectional tests for that particular module. But right now, let's go back. I want to check two more things. Now when you are on this main screen, I want to show you how you can use global OBD. So this Xtool A30M has pretty solid vehicle support, car brand support and car model support. But like I am always saying, there isn't perfect scanner, so even with one of the best scanners like this Xtool A30M, sometimes it can happen that you will be not able to connect to car. Maybe it is not supported or there is some other problem. And in that case, you can try connecting to at least engine module. So this scanner still has built-in global OBD. You have to go through these diagnostics, but instead of car brand, you will select this OBD2. You can either select protocol manually, or you can just do auto scan and it will search automatically for protocol your car is using. Okay, now it found protocol, now I am inside and I am able to use these 10 global OBD modes. So we have I am readiness, so this is status of my readiness monitors. We have catalytic converter, incorrect, incomplete monitor, and then oxygen sensor as well. Maybe there is some problem with oxygen sensor, maybe not. I am using this Golf for short drives, so it doesn't have enough time to test my catalytic converter. So usually I would say that my cut should be good, I tested with live data. But since oxygen sensor is incomplete, there can be some problem with oxygen sensor. And if I remember correctly, if you have incomplete oxygen sensor monitor, you cannot have catalytic converter monitor completed. Because for catalyst, if it shows OK, first it must test oxygen sensors, because cat is monitored by oxygen sensor data, so it makes sense if oxygen sensor is incomplete, cat will be incomplete as well. Then we can read fault codes, either stored codes or pending codes. So pending codes are codes that are first detected by ECU, but only one time, so ECU is still not sure if it is real code or it is mistake, so it will set pending code without check engine light. But we don't have any pending codes. And then when the fault happen again, it will change to stored code. And we don't have stored codes as well. Then we can check live data. These are these basic live data parameters like fuel system status, load value, coolant temperature, fuel trims. Here I believe you also can do graphs. We can try starting engine and play with this a little bit. Let me select some values. We can try setting up some graphs. For example, we can do RPM, we can do ignition timing, we can do absolute throttle position, and let's do calculated load value. So now I selected my parameters, so I will press this custom. We can also do data recording, so we will try doing some data recording log. Data recording. Okay, and now we have our custom page built. So I see these values. If I hit throttle, they will be changing. Then what we can also do, we can open graph for each value. See, you can do these separate graphs for each value. Or then we can also combine everything into one single graph. Then here also you can zoom in, zoom out, how you like. And this is, I think, reset, yeah. So pretty solid for checking live data as well. Okay, I will do pause for our log, we can check that later. Let's exit this live data now. Okay, then you also can read freeze frame data. We don't have any fault codes, but if you have fault code, sometimes it has also freeze frame data attached. And that is conditions of engine when fault was stored. So when my fault code was stored into ECU memory, it will show you maybe RPM, oxygen sensor data, bunch of engine live data from exact time when code was stored. So it can help you kind of understand at which engine conditions is your fault happening. Then we have read ECU information, turn key on with engine off, okay. When you are working with scanner, try to always do what it asks from you and everything will go smoother. But apparently this is not the case because here it is not supported. So this mode is not supported. Then we have this mode 8. This is not supported on any car I have tried. I don't know, maybe it is just for some US brands. But this was the global OBD, so if you will have trouble going through this full system diagnostics, you can try at least global OBD to at least be able to connect to your engine. And now on this main screen you have this report. So here will be your diagnostic reports and live data logs. So I have a bunch of reports I have saved, like Nissan, let's say. Oh wait, I don't want to delete. But here I can check my old reports. And then live data log, we did one just now. Okay, I did some before, but let's check this recent one. See, so these are your values. We recorded. I can either hit play, and I can watch them like this. You can even speed it up, or go back. You can open a graph for all of them. Even pause it. Here you can also change it to dashboard. Apparently, I haven't seen this before. You can do graph. You can do... Not sure what is this. It's like bigger graph. Yeah. But then I can do same like before. Select all of these values. Go to that custom page. And here I can combine them into one graph again. So if I hit play, I have all of my values in the one graph again. Depends on what you will be looking at. Sometimes you want to see multiple values in one graph. Usually you want to see multiple values in one graph, so you are checking the response, like you are checking oxygen sensor response to RPM and stuff like that. So yeah, so here you can check your data logs. And then we can also try checking service resets. So 26 service resets, which is I believe the most in any of Bluetooth bidirectional scanners. We can also try one. Let's try doing instrument cluster. It should be able to change mileage. I already did it with Xtool scan tool. This one should be same software, so I believe it will work. Volkswagen. Golf. Instrument type CDC 32XX. Please select this menu. Okay. So here we have 32XX CDC, yeah. Current mileage 270,151, that is correct. So let's modify. And we can do 150. Oh no, let's do something funny. Let's do let's do 500 kilometers. So I will hit OK. And we have 500 kilometers on our dash. That's funny. Change mileage success. So this service resets works good in this Xtool. But don't forget that not every car can use this service reset. For example, this power balance test. It works. For example, it works for Nissan. But not every car is ready for this power balance test. All of these service resets, your car must be able to do them. So it is not enough that they are in scanner. Your car must be able to do them, and then your car must be supported by scanner as well. But since Volkswagen doesn't do these power balance tests, I will not see Volkswagen here. I think in VAC cars you can do this power balance, but inside, I believe, basic settings. So yeah, so these are service resets. And then we can check settings to see everything we have here. So first, languages. These are supported languages. You can change units. I'm using metric, but you can change. Workshop information. Here you can change your workshop information. So every diagnostic report you will make will input this information, so you don't have to fill it out every time. You just fill it out once. Yeah, so this is basically it. I have literally tested hundreds of different OBD2 scanners, and I run the best OBD2 scanner website. There you can find best OBD2 scanners for literally every category. You can see real procedures done with the scanner. You can see scanner reviews. Anything related to OBD2 scanners you can find at my website iamcarhacker.com, and even download free PDF guides like this.